I'm Ashton Addison from EventChain for Investment Pitch Media and the Crypto Coin Show. And today on Blockchain Interviews, we have Eric Duan, the Crypto Media Officer of HyperGraph. Eric, welcome to the show, and thanks for taking the time to be here today.
Yeah, hi everyone. Thank you for paying attention to our project.
Yeah, I would love to kick off from you, Eric, just a little bit of a high-level overview on HyperGraph and some of the solutions that your team is bringing to the blockchain space.
Okay. So what our project do is to provide the data query services on blockchains for the DApps and for the NFT project teams. So what each DApp and the NFT project they need to do is they need to query the new block data from the blockchain, right? Like you need to keep reading the new blocks like every 14 seconds on Ethereum, or like every 3 seconds on like BSC. Okay, so you need a really expensive server to build a server to read this, and it's cost like 3,000 to 5,000 US dollars per month. And you need a very experienced developer and to manage all of this stuff. But what our project do is we help you to provide these services, and we already built the node. We call it indexing node. So the DApp teams, they only need to deploy the program on our server, and it only costs like 30% of the price of their building their own server, and it's also saves a lot of labor time. One experienced programmer only cost him, I think, about less than 1 day, I would say. Less than 1 day, boom, they got the problem solved. Yes, that's what we do. Yeah, and also, yeah, that's what we do. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for that intro, Eric. And you mentioned decentralized data networks, D-data, and being able to grab information about the block times for NFTs, for DeFi applications. Is this something similar? When I hear grab information from updated blocks, I think of oracles looking at for price information or finding external information. Is this different from oracles?
We have some similarities, but Oracle just grabs several informations the Oracle machine grabs. But what our service is, we provide whatever information, all information, what your project need, and you can get it from our server. So Oracle is the only process several kind of informations like the price or the trading volume, things like that. Yeah, but we read every block and record every block, so we have everything.
Definitely. Okay, that's great to know. And right now the majority of NFTs and DeFi applications are running on Ethereum and also on Binance Smart Chain, as you mentioned. But it looks like HyperGraph is focusing the underlying technology on the Huobi eco chain, the HECO, which not as many people know about yet, but it is up and coming and has a lot of promise. Can you talk about your focus on building on HECO and how that interacts with Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain?
Yeah, the reason we first started on HECO chain is because the project teams from they use HECO technology and come to find us, say, oh, we need these kind of solutions. We can't process the data this quick because in PSC and HECO, there is like every block, new block, every 5 seconds or 3 seconds, every new block. And on each new block, there are like over 500 of data. So you really need to process every 500 of data every 3 seconds and to find what's the information inside them you need, and which is kind of tedious for the programmers because it's very need many optimizations. Not every programmer can solve the problem. So there are many project teams on HECO chain, and they have the problem. They are having their data delayed to display. So they come to us, and we can, and luckily we have the solution. And so that's why our first several of the projects, our clients we serve is on the HECO chain. And we see a very large growing demand on the HECO, like every thousands of new projects every day, I think. And also BSC. And now we also have BSC customers, like Dodo EX is our customer.
That's great. And with the project being in the early stage, you're having a lot of customers. Obviously, they require this kind of platform. Do you have to incentivize people to move over to HyperGraph, or are you seeing a lot of organic growth? And do you think just the cost savings alone is enough for people to switch to use HyperGraph?
Yes. Currently, we didn't do any promotion yet because the organic growth is kind of occupying our team. Yes, and both from HECO and on the BSC. So like our project started at May this year and March this year, and now it's May, just like 2 or 3 months. But we are already served over 30 projects. Yeah, so it's a growing demand, and the reason why is currently, I think, to my knowledge, we are the only one solution that can meet the performance demand on HECO and the BSC, the performance of every new block every 3 seconds. So there are several similar solutions on Ethereum, which is like 14 seconds per block. And it's okay, but for the high performance chains like HECO and BSC, we are the only service providers that can meet the demand. So many project teams come over and find us, ask for solutions. Yes,
that's great. And with this, seems very developer focused. You know, at least those that are running DeFi applications are going to be the developers that are interacting with HyperGraph. I'm not sure about the NFTs, but I'm interested in that as well. Is the platform onboarding very developer focused? Is it designed for developers, or is it also, you know, if required by people that are using NFTs that aren't very technically savvy?
Currently, our service is mainly to B focused. So our clients are project teams and like the DeFi exchanges, swaps teams, and NFT projects, because they are very timely aware of their, you know, the prices or the NFT or doing auctions. You couldn't let your customer know that like any data display cannot be delayed. You know, your customer is sensitive to the accuracy of your price. So all our clients are from this kind of projects. But we are making our service public. So we are building a data network which will go online next month. And actually, we are having the registration open up right now. So by that time, everyone, if you have a cloud server which is idled, or you want to provide the node service to earn some HGT tokens, so you can just link your server to our network and provide the same service to the project teams, just like what we do right now. And you will earn HGT as your reward. And if you does not have that kind of technical resources, like just our community member, and you can do staking, stake your HGT token to those server nodes and share their revenue.
That's great. And I was going to ask you about that. That's really advantageous to have anybody be able to set up nodes and be earning HGT tokens. Can you just talk about the overall platform and how it interacts with HGT? Is it just for running the nodes, for staking? How else is it involved with HyperGraph? And does it create a sustainable ecosystem for all of the participants in HyperGraph?
Yeah, our team is blockchain and decentralization believer. So we want to make our service public and have all the ecosystem and running by the HGT token and governed by the DYOR protocol. So if you want to provide service to others, so you staking several HGT lock up on your server, okay, which is 10,000, 100,000 HGT minimum. Okay, 100,000 HGT you stake to your server, and you can provide service to others. And for those project teams, they want to buy your service, so they just top up the HGT token to their account. So every service they use, and they will consume the value they top up, and when they use it up, and they top up again. And so the HGT token will go circulated. And we also have the destroy and consuming mechanism. So every trade on our services, either you're buying services or you're doing staking, and we will have 5% or 1% of our the whole transaction. We will be burned out, and we will destroy them. It's like collecting taxes.
Definitely good to know. And thank you for that explanation on HGT. Now, you mentioned that there's a couple updates coming. Can you give just a snapshot of where exactly the platform is at right now? And in the next coming months here, what are the major releases and milestones for HyperGraph?
Okay, currently we are supporting two major blockchains, high performance blockchains, both the HECO chain and the Binance BSC. So by the end of this month, you can register. So you save some HGT, the 100,000 HGT. And you can provide your server and link to our network, and it will be open up so people is free to come and go. If you want to register the service, or the project team want to set up their query service on the servers, they just register on our website and create an account and deploy their code to the server, and they can do the query.
Great, Eric. Thank you so much. And if the viewers are looking to learn more about HyperGraph and follow along with these platform updates, what's the best way for them to get involved in the community?
I think we welcome you to follow our Twitter and join our Telegram chat group, and also pay attention to our website and to see all the news we have. And also currently we are doing a mining activity, so both on BSC and on HECO. So you can do LP to provide the liquidity for our swap and get some HGT tokens. So, and by the time next month when our network start up, and you can stake your HGT token to the server nodes, and you will be receiving as a HGT rewards.
Great. Thank you so much, Eric. I will leave those community links in the description box below. Thank you for the information about the mining and the LP as well. I will leave that as well in the description. All the best with HyperGraph moving forward, and let's follow up in the near future.
Thank you. Good luck to everyone. Thank you, Ashton.